Law of attraction. Anybody read The Secret? Read the book The Secret or hear about The Secret? Okay, the DVD? Okay. The Secret has very good philosophy behind it. The one thing I don't like about The Secret is they don't spend enough time talking about action. In the one DVD of The Secret, they show somebody looking at like a lottery sign. You can look at that lottery sign as long as you want and pray and meditate and do everything. I'm sorry, you're not going to win the lottery. Okay? The law of attraction is very simple. Okay? Molly and I met because of the law of attraction. How many people did I meet that day? And I'm here instead of doing something with them. Okay? The law of attraction basically is this. You are just like a tuning fork, and you send out a certain frequency. So picture the top of your head is sending out a certain frequency. You resonate with people that send out a similar frequency. Have you ever met somebody and you said, I don't like that person? We all have, right? You met somebody at a dinner party or at work, and you're like, you know what? I get a really bad vibe from that person. You know why? Because that person doesn't like you. And guess what? That's the vibe they're sending out, subconsciously or not. And you have done it too. It absolutely happens. It absolutely happens. So what happens is you send out a certain frequency. Because of that frequency, there's certain people you gel with and you work well with, and there's certain circumstances that when they're attracted to you, you take advantage of. Okay? We all get thrown different types of opportunities, but depending on sort of what frequency you're putting out, it's how you look at these opportunities. So the law of attraction is really one of the fundamental laws of success. There is a book by Abraham and Esther Hicks called The Law of Attraction, which is a very good book too, and I recommend. It's a little metaphysical, but it's a really, really good book. And basically what it's saying is like attracts like. And it's one of the fundamental laws in the universe. And if you look at your life, and you look at all the relationships in your life, and all the people you choose to spend time with, you can pinpoint this in your life in every aspect. Okay? You have a bunch of people around you don't like, and you think are horrible people, it's because you're sending out a bad signal. It's very true. Does anybody have a wacky family member? Okay, we all do, right? I have the wacky aunt, okay, who, she left the family at one point because she swore my grandparents won like $1 million in the lottery, and they won like 15 grand, and they gave 1,000 to each kid, and they kept 8 grand for themselves. My aunt swore everybody got like $1 million except for her, and that's why we stayed in our apartment and drove a Pinto, because we were saving our $1 million. But she left the family for like 5 or 6 years. She came back into the family when my mom was passing away, and she came to, after my mom passed away, my mom always hosted a Christmas Eve event. So I decided I would pick that up for the family, and still to this day, for my mom's side of the family, everybody comes over to my house for Christmas Eve. First Christmas Eve back in the family, she has too much to drink, she leaves her glasses there, she's walking out the front door, she falls and breaks her ankle. Who does she sue? Absolutely. And this is a woman who has always been sick, she's always been a lawsuit. Don't we always know those people? Right? We know those people. What is she attracting to herself? This woman goes to Christmas and finds a reason to sue somebody. Okay? So I said, at that point, I said, I will never deal with this person again. There's no positive in me ever dealing with this person, and I don't want to attract any type of energy like that. Now, I guarantee you, to this day, she has sued more people. She's ended up in the hospital again. She's sick. She's this, that, and the other. And that is just some people. All right? So what you want to realize is that those people in your life, you're allowing them to be there, and you're attracting them to some degree. All right? Now, if you want to attract, a great example is Pat Croce. And I met. John DeBella is a good friend of mine, and John and I just randomly met, okay? And John and I are really good friends, and we just hit it off. And again, it was like we send out the same frequency. I meet tons of people, and John and I just really got along as really good friends. Our relationship went from business to like great friends in 2 weeks, and we just became really, really good friends. Well, John had mentioned to Pat a few times, you got to talk to Dave if you're going to open your restaurant in Key West. Dave will open your restaurant, blah, blah, blah. And Pat's like, all right, that's cool, that's cool. Pat and I hadn't met there yet. I was actually home shopping in Key West. And I'd walk out looking at a home, and who's running right by me? Pat Croce. And I'm like, Pat, I said, I'm Dave Magrogan. He goes, John DeBella's been telling me about you. And he gets all crazy. Next thing you know, we're opening a restaurant for Pat in Key West. But we resonated, we worked well together. Okay, and we did well together. And I've hired people who I don't resonate well with. And I get rid of them. And I say, we don't work well together. You know, our law of attraction, you're positive energy. You know, I'm on like positive 107.9, and you're on like downer 88.5, and I just can't get around it. Okay? But it is really that simple. So if you're managing people, and you say the morale in your office is bad, or the morale of your staff is bad, first look at what you're putting out. What signal do you send out all day, every day? Okay? If you look at like Dale Carnegie books, if you look at his stuff, How to Win Friends and Influence People, and those types of things, they're just good general principles. It's not ever about manipulating people. If you ever read any of those books, there's never one time that any of those principles are about manipulation. It's about doing the right thing. And it's about being the person that you want to be around. You know, one of the most important things to anybody is their first name. The most often that you can say that, that is really important to people. Okay? And being genuine and letting people express themselves and things like that. So when you're starting to manage people, you need to really look at that. So, law of attraction, just remember, all day, every day, if you put out positive energy, you will get more positive situations in your life, you'll get more positive people, and you'll have more positive things happen. Okay? If you want to go around putting negative energy out, you're going to attract so much more negative energy. Because you know what? Negative people like to be around each other. Because they like to bitch, they like to moan, they like to complain, they like to, the world is so horrible. This new policy, did you see the new memo? I can't believe we have to do this. You know, it's just like, move on with it, okay? So, was it you?